The human brain, a 3-pound universe folded within our skulls. It holds galaxies of neurons firing in constellations we barely understand. Science, for all its advances, still grapples with the brain's deepest mysteries. How does consciousness arise? What is the language of dreams? These questions linger, echoing in the vast chambers of our skulls. Imagine a world where thoughts are tangible, where emotions bloom like luminous flowers in the neural landscape. This is the hidden world within, a landscape of breathtaking complexity and bewildering beauty. We, the explorers of the mind, are only beginning to chart its uncharted territories. The brain, with its billions of neurons firing every second, produces enough electricity to power a small light bulb. This electrical storm, this symphony of neural activity, is the source of our thoughts, our emotions, our very selves. Yet, the essence of how it all comes together, how this electrical activity gives rise to the subjective experience of being, remains tantalizingly out of reach. We are living libraries of experience, our memories etched into the very fabric of our being. But how reliable are these records? How much of what we remember is true, and how much is a fabrication, a story rewritten by the capricious author of our minds? The mysteries of the brain run deep, challenging our very understanding of what it means to be human. Consciousness, that elusive flame that flickers within us, remains one of the most profound mysteries in science. It is the feeling of what it is like to be, the subjective experience of the world around us. But how does this subjective experience arise from the objective world of matter and energy? Imagine a vast dark room filled with flickering candles. Each candle represents a neuron, and the flickering light is its electrical activity. Now imagine millions upon millions of these candles, all interconnected, their light weaving a complex tapestry of patterns. Is this tapestry of light consciousness? Or is it something more, something that transcends the sum of its parts? Some scientists believe that consciousness is an emergent property of complex systems, like the brain. In other words, when enough neurons interact in the right way, consciousness emerges, much like wetness emerges from the interaction of water molecules. Others believe that consciousness is a fundamental property of the universe, like space and time. The mystery of consciousness is not just a scientific one, but also a philosophical one. It forces us to confront fundamental questions about the nature of reality, the self, and the meaning of life. It is a mystery that has captivated philosophers and scientists for centuries, and one that continues to elude our grasp. As we close our eyes each night, we enter the labyrinth of sleep, a world of strange and vivid dreams. Why do we dream? What do these bizarre nocturnal narratives mean? These questions have puzzled us for millennia. Imagine diving into an ocean of symbols and metaphors, a realm where the laws of physics bend and twist. This is the world of dreams, a place where our deepest fears and desires dance with the absurd and the fantastical. Some believe that dreams are nothing more than random neural firings, meaningless noise in the system. Others see dreams as a form of nocturnal therapy, a way for our minds to process emotions, consolidate memories, and rehearse for future challenges. The activation synthesis theory suggests that dreams arise from the brain's attempt to make sense of random neural activity during sleep. Perhaps dreams are a bridge between the conscious and unconscious mind, a way for us to communicate with the deeper layers of our being. They may hold clues to our hidden motivations, our repressed memories, and our unrealized potential. Whatever their purpose, dreams remain a captivating mystery, a nightly reminder of the hidden depths of the human mind. Section 4. Echoes in the Halls of Memory. Memory, the ability to store and recall information, is fundamental to who we are. It shapes our identities, guides our decisions, and connects us to our past. But memory is not a perfect recording device. It is a reconstructive process, prone to errors, distortions, and even outright fabrications. Imagine a vast library, its shelves stacked with books containing our memories. Each time we recall a memory, we are not simply retrieving a book and reading its contents. Instead, we are rewriting the book, adding new details, changing the emphasis, and sometimes even inventing entire chapters. The fallibility of memory has profound implications for our justice system, our relationships, and our understanding of ourselves. Eyewitness testimony, often considered the gold standard of evidence, can be notoriously unreliable. Memories can be influenced by suggestion, bias, and the passage of time. The reconstructive nature of memory is not necessarily a flaw. It allows us to learn from our experiences, to adapt to new situations, and to create a coherent narrative of our lives. However, it also reminds us that memory is not a passive repository of information, but an active process that is constantly shaping and reshaping our past. Section 5. The second brain whispers from within. Deep within our gut, a hidden network of neurons, the enteric nervous system, has been dubbed our second brain. This complex web of nerve cells lining our digestive tract communicates with our brain, influencing our mood, our immune system, and even our decision-making. Imagine a secret communication channel, a whispering gallery connecting our gut and our brain. Messages travel back and forth, influencing our emotions, our cravings, and our overall sense of well-being. The bacteria that reside in our gut, known as the gut microbiome, play a crucial role in this communication. These microscopic organisms produce neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine, which directly impact our mood and behavior. Imbalances in the gut microbiome have been linked to a range of mental health conditions, including anxiety, depression, and even autism. The discovery of the gut-brain connection has revolutionized our understanding of the human body. It suggests that our mental and physical health are inextricably linked, and that the key to a healthy mind may lie in a healthy gut. Section 6. A symphony of cells, the illusion of control. We like to think of ourselves as conscious agents, in control of our thoughts, feelings, and actions. But what if this sense of control is an illusion? A convenient fiction created by our brains? What if we are merely passengers, along for the ride, as our brains orchestrate the symphony of our lives? Imagine billions of neurons firing in concert, a vast orchestra playing out the music of our lives. Our thoughts, emotions, and actions are the notes, the melodies, the crescendos, and diminuendos of this grand symphony. But who is the conductor? The question of free will has plagued philosophers for centuries. If our actions are predetermined by the physical laws governing our brains, then can we truly be said to be free? Or are we simply sophisticated automatons, acting out the dictates of our neural circuitry? The answer to this question remains elusive. While science has revealed much about the workings of the brain, the mystery of consciousness, of how this physical organ gives rise to our subjective experience of free will, remains one of the greatest unsolved mysteries of our time. Perhaps in the end, the illusion of control is itself a necessary part of what it means to be human.